Hey there folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the Ultra Act Ultraman Tiga Powertype action figure set by Bandai. This set was first available in Japan in 2011, and I got this set in 2012 through the Mandarake website and paid 2,100 yen for this set, which is roughly around $26. Taking a look at Ultraman Tiga here in the packaging, you can see that he is in his power form, I guess. And you have here a nice packaging design, nice, I guess, abstract design of Ultraman here. It's kind of abstract when you look at it in close, but the further you put the packaging, the clearer the picture becomes. It's actually kind of neat. And there's the Ultra Act logo there, and you can see the price sticker from Mandarake there. On here we have the side of the package, a nice picture of Ultraman Tiga there. Here we have the back of the package, and we have various poses of the figure there, and have him here wielding his, I guess, a power ball or a dragon ball or a bowling ball. I'm not sure what it is. And here you have him, I guess, holding some sort of monster above his arms there. And down here we have other pictures of Ultraman Tiga. One in a standard stance, one in a high kick, one shooting out a blast. And then you also have pictures here of the accessories that come included in the set. You have extra pairs of hands, a low power indicator here, the blast, the signature blast, and then you also have that glowing ball effect and blast effect here. Pretty cool. And another thing is they do have statistics for Ultraman Tiga here. According to this, he stands about 53 meters tall and weighs 44,000 tons, which is pretty impressive. And down here we have some information in a language I'm not familiar with on there. Now we'll be right back and have Ultraman Tiga Powertype out of the box. Okay, we're back and we have Ultraman Tiga Powertype out of the package. And for my first Ultra Act figure set, I'm quite impressed. I really like it a lot. Especially the figure. It's very posable. It's very well painted, and the design is very nice. There are some flaws with it, but not too many, and we'll go into it as we go along. And also it does come with a lot of accessories, so that's really kind of cool. Now as far as Ultraman goes, I know very little about the character and the universe he inhabits. Now I should say I've forgotten quite a bit, because the last time I actually watched Ultraman was in the early 80s. During my summer vacation, my local UHF channel. Now, if you don't know what UHF is, you are younger. But my local UHF channel, Channel 40, during the summer, occasionally had those specials. Basically, monster weeks. Basically, like kaiju movies and shows. They would broadcast, knowing that the kids were out of school and in summer vacation. They would broadcast those shows. And one of those shows was Ultraman, and I do remember seeing bits of him fighting various monsters and I guess other Ultramen, and it's very fuzzy on my memory. And I haven't really caught on to the Ultraman franchise, or really followed it since then. So when I heard about the Ultra Act and the Ultraman figures, I was kind of surprised that there have been various Ultraman series, various different ones, much like Kamen Rider. So it's a little bit of learning to find out that this is Ultraman Tiga from the Ultraman Tiga series. And this particular Ultraman is the Power type. I guess Ultraman Tiga has various forms, and this is not his main form, but one of his various forms. And this is his power type form, where I guess he changes this form if he needs more strength and power, but is a little bit slower. And compared to his, I guess it's called Sky form, where he's faster, and but it has less power and strength. So. But let's go ahead and first take a look at the accessories that come along with the Ultraman Tiga Powertype set. First up, we have here the instruction sheet that Bandai typically uses to show you how to use all of the various different items. It's pretty cool. It's mostly in Japanese. Very little English, so I don't know what most of this says, but you could tell from the visual guide on how to use some of the items on here. Some of the effects, and of course the extra hands on there, so that's kind of cool. So now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the items here. Let's turn this down a little bit. Let's start with the extra hands. And now these pair of hands are closed fists. Let me just get Ultraman out of the way so I can focus better. And these were on the figure in the packaging. You get a pair of closed fists on there. And the next set of hands are basically spread open splayed hands there. And you get a pair of those. One of them is on the figure now. So that's cool. Then you have a pair of relaxed hands on here. Just basically a relaxed palm. And the last set of hands are a pair of, I guess you can call them chopping hands, or I guess you use them for flight mode. That's typical of Ultraman here. But it's basically a straight palm there, almost like a chopping type action, or like I said, his flight pose there. Pretty neat. And the other hand is on the figure, by the way. The next set of items, or actually next item I should say, is this. This is basically his low power indicator. This is one thing I do remember about Ultraman. You can see on his chest here, let me just turn this down a little bit more. And you got this, it's basically his power meter. And usually during the course of his fight, this will change from blue to eventually a blinking red, and indicating that he was low on power from what I remember, and he needed to end the fight quick or leave the scene from what I remember. And this is interchangeable. You can actually pull that out. You can see it's simply pegged in. You can see the peg there. I'm not going to exchange it, but basically you can just pry that off his chest there and replace it with this one here. And both of these are a translucent plastic, one blue and one red. So that's kind of cool. Next item we have here is basically an effect. Looks like a blast effect shooting out of his right hand. You can see the hand here is straightened palm, so you can shoot that. Now, I'm not familiar with Ultraman Tiga. I need to watch some episodes, so I guess this is one of his power sets there. Another is this here. Basically, his right hand with a sculpted, I guess, energy ball. It's made of that same translucent plastic as the blast effect here. So that's kind of cool, and it's an orange tint there. Pretty nice, and it's got some sculpted detail on there. You can see it on there. It's very cool. And I don't know if this is like a Hadouken or not from Street Fighter. Like I said, I have to watch some episodes where he uses this. So, but oops, kind of cool. It's not removable. It's actually the hand and the effect there. They're joined together. So that's pretty neat. And then last we have this iconic ray that he used to use with his flat palms. I guess it's still with the Ultraman show. I guess it's an iconic part of Ultraman. But you can see here it's not a clip-on. You can't clip it on to the forearm. You basically slip it on. And let me just take this as an example. The hands are actually pretty easy to pop on and off. And once you have the hand off, you can take this effect and slip it over the forearm. And let me see if I can find the shopping hand here. Basically just replace the hand there, and you have the effect here. It's a nice, not tight fit, but it's a nice secure fit. But basically you can just pose that with the figure there when he does his I guess blast effect there on there. So I think that's kinda neat and pretty cool. Now taking a look at the Ultraman figure, and as I mentioned earlier, I wasn't aware that there were various different Ultraman series, and I guess each series had a variation on the Ultraman suit, I guess, and probably inhabited or controlled by different folks. But this one here is from Ultraman Tiga. And let me just turn it down a little bit more. And like I said, Ultraman Tiga had various forms, and this is his power type form. And I purchased this because it was on sale. This was going to be my first Ultra Act figure, and I just wanted to try it out. So I found one that was on sale, not knowing that this was I guess a variant form. I saw the figure on the website, and thought it was the standard Ultraman figure because of the iconic red, but it's a variant of his standard form, at least for Ultraman Tiga. And but that's okay. Just will allow me to purchase the I guess it's called the multi-type form and the sky form I guess to complete my Ultraman Tiga. But taking a look at Ultraman Tiga, you can see I guess the head sculpt here, it's similar to the, I guess, iconic Ultraman head sculpt. There are variations in head sculpts over the series, and this one represents Ultraman Tiga. And you can see the fin here at the top of the head. It's actually kind of neat. You can see here is a translucent gem or plastic that's supposed to simulate, I guess, a gem. And it's translucent, pretty neat, as are the eyes. The eyes are translucent, and it's kind of cool. I don't know if it's got what looks like a bumpy texture, but I don't know if it's on the exterior or the interior part of the plastic. But if you look at it, you can see various bumpy texture on there on the eyes. It's actually kind of neat. I'm not sure if it shows up on the video screen very well, but when you see it in person, it's actually kind of neat. And there's a bit of yellow at the top corner of the eyes there, and on the bottom corner is got some slight black paint on there. And very cool. And moving down onto the figure, you can see I guess the power level indicator there in translucent blue. Very nice. And you have a nice sculpted detail on the shoulders there. It's kind of cool here on the back. You got this raised edge, I guess a portion of a fin, but in reality, if you watch the show, it's where the zipper on the actor's suit is at. But it's kind of neat that they added that on to the back of the figure there. Pretty nice. Moving down, not much sculpted detail on the figure. It's basically a body fitting suit on there, but there is some sculpted detail a little bit here on the legs right there. It's actually kind of nice, and it's painted very well. No major bleed anywhere. It's very sharp along the edges on there. It's very nice, as well as on the arms. You can see on the underarms here, nice mix of red and silver, and also on the feet near the ankle area. So basic bodysuit design on here, pretty neat. And but this figure has quite a bit of articulation, and we'll go into this articulation. This is where it's actually good and slightly bad. Not too bad, just minor issues with some of the articulation. And let's go over the articulation. The head is joined at the neck here, and the neck has actually 2 points of articulation. For the head itself, you can actually bend the head up and down quite a bit, especially for the flying poses. It's kind of interesting how the hinge joint is on this particular figure. It's toward the back of the neck, so you can actually get that head quite high, but it exposes underneath the base of the head there when it does have it up. It doesn't go all the way around at the base of the head. Excuse me, my phone is ringing there. Continuing with the articulation, the head does not rotate at the base of the head, but it rotates at the base of the neck. So you can get the head all the way around. It takes a bit of work, but you can get it all the way around, as well as added up and down and side to side motion. So you got lots of articulation at the head. The arms can go all the way around despite the shoulder armor here, and can go out that far and in, but also you can actually rotate the arm all the way around, and there is a bit of a hinge that allows up and down movement at the shoulder as well, so like that. This one's a little stiff here, but actually pretty neat, where you can actually pull down the arm so you can allow more movement, raised movement with this shoulder armor and padding. So kind of neat on there. There are double joints at the elbow, allows a nice range of movement there. The hands are joined at the wrist with a ball hinged joint, so you can move the hand side to side or in and out. Oops, it's a little loose there. In and out on the hinge joint, and also all the way around with the ball joint. The torso, you can bend downwards and upwards, and side to side movement and slight turning, not all the way around though, but slight. The waist has downward movement, back movement, and can go all the way around. So with the upper and waist area, you can provide lots of posing possibilities. And I noticed that you can also pop off the upper half of the figure. You can see the ball joint there, and easily put it back in, so that's kind of neat. The legs are joined at the waist, or at the hip, with a ball socketed joint with a hinge. Allows the leg to go up, down, back, out to the side, and the hinge, you can pull the leg down, much like the Figure Arts figures, to allow added range on the leg there. Unfortunately, the left hip here is a little bit looser than the right, almost to the point where it becomes wobbly, so I'm going to have to reinforce the ball joint here with a little bit of super glue or nail polish in the socket area to tighten it up, but not too bad, just a little loose. And from what I understand, doing some research on the interwebs, that's common for this series of figure. The knees are double jointed and provide large range of motion on there, and very nice. And the feet are on a simple ball joint that allows the foot to go up and down and all the way around, and also provide ankle pivot. And the ankles on these two legs are a little bit loose as well. Need some tightening up on the ball socket joint. Their feet also have toe articulation, so quite a bit of articulation, hampered by some looseness in various areas, but very nicely designed, very posable once the joints are tightened a little bit. And just a really nice figure with lots of accessories, and this does evoke a lot of memories from the older Ultraman series that I used to watch, and we'll start to watch again. This is my casual peek into the Ultra Act Ultraman Tiga Powertype action figure set. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.